Alive! Hey everybody, happy International Women's Day. I hope you guys forgive me for my little technical difficulty because I could not get this damn thing set up on a stand, but I think I got it now. I think I'm good, Taj. I think I got the stand up. I'm in my robe again, as usual, but just wanted to... Well, I'm going to give a shout out to Tevin and going to give a shout out to Taj, who just said I was sideways. There we go. See, now I'm having technical difficulties again. This is mobile. Hey, Tevin. You see me over here struggling? This thing is, I don't think, made to stand up sideways. Now I look like a human. Thank you, Tevin. A human who is struggling. I need to start talking about my damn topic, and this damn thing will not cooperate. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna hold it. Thanks, guys. Okay, you're making me nervous. I'm talking to everybody. Hi, Darren. How you doing? Okay, so today's topic is going to be pretty much how to move to LA because I have a bunch of people asking me questions about it, people that are trying to visit. Miss Shy, who's coming out for her birthday. There's a bunch of people that I know from Coastal in South Carolina and North Carolina that are thinking about moving out here as well. So I kind of wrote down some notes. This is my first official video podcast thing. So I'm just going to start by telling everybody what we did. We did a road trip, which took us 6 days, which it didn't have to take that long, but we, stopped and enjoyed it. We started in Georgia. We went through 9 or 10 states. Arkansas, Texas. We stopped in Oklahoma and did a little bit of charity work. We took a left turn at Albuquerque, of course. We did the Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, and of course we had to take 2 days for Vegas. So when we finally got here, it was dark and scary, and we stayed with my best friend's cousin for a little bit, and then we got Airbnb, hotel, stuff like that. But that's just our journey. I'm coming on to give you guys a couple pointers about moving out. A lot of people do fly and ship their car, but I think you're missing out on a really fun time and a fun adventure. You should definitely consider driving. And it wasn't really that expensive either. So just to get into it, people have been asking me about neighborhoods, cheap neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods. We live in Sherman Oaks, which is also surrounded by Studio City, North Hollywood, Van Nuys. It's right over the hill if you're trying to be close to Hollywood or West Hollywood, that area. All the action, all the popular, famous places or whatever. It's right over the hill from that. We're very close to the major highways, 101, 405, 170, 134. And you can take the canyon straight over the hill into Hollywood, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills. And we're even pretty close to Topanga Canyon if you want to go straight to the ocean. So those are some neighborhoods to keep in mind. Yes, close to the west side. Those are some neighborhoods to keep in mind if you're looking for something that's safe, suburban, and cheap, and close to everything that's popular. There's Baldwin Park, Santa Clarita. There's places further up in the valley that are going to be even cheaper than where we stay, but it's far. It's real far. It's far from everything. It's in the desert. The only thing up there is Six Flags. But anyway, you can get to that anytime. What I don't recommend, unless you don't mind thugging it or don't care about quality, you can check out some places below the 10. You can check out the east side of Koreatown. Those places are really cheap too, but not necessarily the safest, not necessarily the best of quality. But if you just want to move out here and start and you ain't scared, then yes, that's for you. Hey, Mike, how are you? um, let's see. If you're not really on a budget, or you got it like that, whatever, you don't mind more expensive areas, there's always West Hollywood, the Central Hollywood area, Century City, Mid Wilshire, Beverly Hills, or even downtown. Downtown has its sketchy parts, but a lot of it is very, very nice, but it's super expensive. I'm trying to get this thing to work. Mike says Silver Lake. I don't have that much experience in Silver Lake, but I've seen a little bit of it. Some of it's kind of weird, some of it's cool, but I would say it's still kind of like, it's getting more expensive than it used to be, because it's like a hipster place to move, that and Echo Park. But I do want to take an adventure and go down there a little bit more and explore more of downtown and like Silver Lake and Echo Park. I know there's a big music scene, a big art scene down that way. There's a lot of fashion going on downtown as well. Let's see. What else did I put in my notes? Oh, if you're looking towards the beach, which we will be soon, I guess. Of course, Santa Monica and Venice are very nice, but they're extremely expensive because they're very, very touristy. Yeah, Glendale. I forgot about Glendale. That's in the Valley area. But yeah, for the beach, those two are going to be expensive. There's other places like Palms, Culver City, Mar Vista, Marina Del Rey. Those are going to be kind of expensive too. But if you go down a little bit further south, you can find a little bit cheaper towards like Hermosa if you're looking for apartments, or even Redondo, El Segundo, those areas going towards Long Beach. It's going to be a little bit cheaper for the beach atmosphere than it would be in like Venice or Santa Monica. We were looking one day and we found an apartment in Santa Monica right across from the ocean, a 1-bedroom, and it was $10,000 a month. I thought I was going to cry. No. We can't do that, obviously. $10,000 a month is ridiculous. I don't recommend that for anybody unless you just won the lottery and you're moving out here. But, I mean, I'm sure all the apartments in Santa Monica are not going to be $10,000 a month. That's just crazy. But this place had just been built and they were shooting for the moon. Aside from that, Orange County's nice. It's a little bit further down. There's places near the airport if you're looking for neighborhoods. I do recommend looking for a roommate, coming out with a friend, connecting with people that might let you stay with them. If you have to be humble and sleep on the couch, I say do it if you really want to come out here. Another thing about moving out here is, I'm wobbling. Sorry, guys. Another thing about moving out here is work. If you can transfer out here, you're doing better than most people. If you're transferring a job, if you can find a job before you move out here, you're doing better than most people, because it's so crowded, it's so oversaturated that it's kind of hard to find a job out here. Even in restaurants, everyone in the restaurant is probably an actor or in music, blah, blah, blah. Most of the staff is trying to do something creative, so they're working on a flexible schedule and working at a restaurant. And the thing is with that, it takes up a lot of space. So it's really hard to get a bar or restaurant job because everybody's doing it. People only hire certain times of the year. If you want to be a bartender, do bottle service, you have to be like either super old where they think that you have 100 years of experience, or super hot if you're going to work in like a club and stuff like that, because it's Hollywood and they're very picky and very what's the word? They're very superficial. I mean, you can find bartending jobs and stuff, but the high paying stuff where girls are making like $2,500 a night, you're gonna have to look like a model and be super skinny, pushing it on women of color as well. So just being honest and putting that out there. Let's see. Film jobs are very hard to get. You really have to network. You really have to keep trying, put your foot down, start from the bottom, do PA work. A lot of people come out here and do YouTube because they can't get into the industry and they are making their own way. So I'm all down for that, because it's really not fair out here. Sometimes people get really good jobs out here and they don't deserve them, and then people that work really hard, really good at what they do and creative, they don't get seen, they don't get a chance sometimes. So I think that's why the whole create my own film genre thing is blown up so big. Music, there's a lot of music and creativity going on out here, but like those kind of corporate jobs and stuff are hard to get, they're hard to find. You really have to beat the path every single day, applying, networking, talking to people, and going to events. I know there's people in finance and stuff like that. Honestly, think that would be an easier job to get, something in finance or marketing, than like a creative job, because my robe's falling off, because it's just so oversaturated. You just have to keep trying. Don't give up. You'll find work. If you don't find work right away, there's tons of gigs. There's tons of websites where you can go sign up. There's apps where you can, just make little money on the side with gigs. That's everywhere. There's probably a million sites for that. Commute, Lord have mercy. I don't even want to get into the commute right now. I'm sure people that live out here can vouch for me. Commute is terrible. It doesn't matter where you live. Most people like to live close to where they work, so they don't have to worry about the commute, but traffic is terrible. If you're going, like I drive to work without traffic, it would take maybe 12 minutes. It's like 5 miles. If I go anytime too early or too late, it could take up to 45 minutes, which is ridiculous. And it's like that everywhere in LA. Really another fire truck? Wow. Taj, your friends are breaking hips over here again. It's fire trucks and ambulances coming through, as usual, on the street. Anyway, the commute is pretty bad. Between 6:30 and... Wait, who is this? It is. Thank you. It's anytime between 6:30 a.m. to like 10. It's going to be super terrible traffic going anywhere because everyone's trying to go to work. Even between like 1 and 2 lunchtime, people are taking up the streets. It's going to be traffic. I would say it's only safe between like 2 and the beginning of 4. Because once you get to like 4 all the way up to like 7:30, traffic is terrible. It doesn't matter where you're going. It's worse though if you're going downtown. It's worse if you're going to the beach. It's worse if you're going to the west side in general. Traffic is just bad. And on top of traffic being bad, people can't drive. People can't even walk out here. So that's something you definitely have to be prepared for if you plan on making the move. I try to tell people all the time, especially when they come and visit and they'll get like a hotel or something, make sure you're staying close to what you're doing, because if not, you're going to waste a lot of time. You're going to waste a lot of time in traffic. Parking is abysmal, terrible. You're either going to be paying a shit ton of money in a parking lot, or you're going to be having to run out to a meter every 2 hours if you can find one. Everywhere else is going to be valet or don't park. So I recommend Uber. I recommend Lyft. And those services can really help you out to save time with parking. They're not too expensive. What else? What else should I talk about as far as moving out here? What do people want to actually know? Oh yeah, I was talking about the walkers. Well, I'm talking about commute and traffic. A lot of my friends are from the East Coast, especially if you're from like New York or even like Raleigh in North Carolina, where I moved from. People walking know better. Like they walk out in the street while there's cars coming, they're gonna be in the air or they're gonna be flat. And that's understood. That should be understood anywhere. Out here, that doesn't count. Anything goes. People will walk out, stand in the middle of the street, knit a sweater, and read a book before they get out of your way, and they'll hold up traffic. So that is terrible. That is one of the most annoying things out here. People don't care when they're walking because they know as soon as you touch them, they can sue you and they will win. So be careful for that. Let's see. What are people like? Oh, Lord. Just ask me what people are like out here. There's some friendly people out here. Don't get me wrong. There's friendly people everywhere you go. But people out here are or can be very selfish and very focused on their own little world and only what's going on in front of them. Some people are pretty inconsiderate when it comes to that. People like to waste your time. No manners, right. People don't have manners, especially coming from the East Coast, and the South is so much different when you come out here. And it's so hard for people to even say, excuse me or thank you. Like, that pisses me off, like, immediately. It's so bad. People love to waste your time out here. You could apply for a job. They will give you 45 interviews and then be like, oh, we went on with another candidate. Like, for real? You didn't give me any kind of hint that you hated me. Okay, cool. That's a big thing in the workforce, especially with like creative stuff, film, music. People will try to waste your time. They'll try to take advantage of you. So you got to have thick skin. You really have to be strong and tough and not give up. Hi, Darren. What are you talking about? Vegas. Yes, I will be in Vegas next week. You should come. Definitely. Vegas is more chill, though. To throw in the West Coast in general, I think Vegas is more chill. People are there to party and, leave. So they don't really have to deal with it for long. The locals, I'm sure, have to deal with all that shit, with all the travelers and stuff coming in and tearing stuff up. But don't move there then. You signed up for that. You knew what you were doing. Vegas is a lot cheaper. Oh, God, that's another thing. As far as neighborhoods and moving, it's very expensive. If nobody told you, I don't know how that got past you. It is very expensive. Me and my two roommates, Alma and Taj, I believe, is still watching right now. Yes. We pay $825 each for a 3-bedroom, and that is cheap. Sadly, that's cheap for LA. So it's $24.75 for a 3-bedroom, but it's a huge apartment. Water's included. It's in a nice neighborhood. We're right next to the freeway on both sides. It's quiet for the most part as far as safety and whatnot, but it's an older building. I can hear all my neighbors all the time. I can hear people across the street all the time. I can hear cops on the highway all the time. But it could be worse. It's not really that bad. So it's a nice area. Yeah, it's close to bars, it's close to restaurants. There's a lot of shopping. You can pretty much walk to anything you need out here. We're not literally, if I go up to the top of the street, I'm at a grocery store. If I cross that street, I'm at a restaurant. There's stores, like everything. It's a really nice neighborhood, but it kind of gets boring up here unless you're trying to raise a family. Like, it's a great place to start because it's cheap and there's a lot of stuff around here. But if you want to be closer to creative stuff or near the action or the beach, it's boring up here. If you're raising kids and a family and all that stuff that I don't plan on doing ever in my life, then yeah, it's a nice area, but I don't know. It's a great place to start, but it's not for me. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to get towards more cool stuff. How do you say that? Mazza? What state are you referring to? I'm talking about LA. Not necessarily the whole state of California, but like the LA area, surrounding areas. Just answered some questions. Taj said, ready to go. Beach, here we come. Oh my God, yeah. I really would love to live in Santa Monica. I think that's a major, popular place that people want to move to, but unless you have tons of money, it's unrealistic coming out here right away, moving straight to Santa Monica. Most people graduate up there. No, I'm not. Manser, did I say it right? No, I'm not saying it's boring in LA at all. I'm saying our area, we live in the valley, so it's a little boring in the valley. There's a lot of stuff to do, but I don't know. It's mostly like shopping, restaurants, little bars and stuff in the valley. Yeah, yeah. It's close though. It's close to everything. So it's boring to me up here. I don't know. But I'd rather live in West Hollywood because I'm, a dedicated hag. I've gotten that label. I usually have like a lot of gay friends. Plus, West Hollywood is super clean. It's so pretty. There's so many cute little lounges and places to go. The shopping's even better there. You said where do you live in the valley? Okay, do you live in North Hollywood? You said there's a lot to do. I'm not saying there's not a lot to do, but it's like, if you want to go to like the popular parts of town, or like, which I don't really like Hollywood. Hollywood is gross to me, but it's like a hub. People go to that area, Hollywood, West Hollywood, Santa Monica and stuff, and in traffic it can get kind of far. See, I knew it. I knew North Hollywood. I like North Hollywood, to be honest. I live in Sherman Oaks, so Sherman Oaks is a little bit more boring than North Hollywood. I actually like the bars in North Hollywood and the restaurants there better. So that's really close to me. That's 10 minutes or less. But you don't like it? I like North Hollywood. It's cool. Like, there's definitely some shady parts of North Hollywood. I see it on the news all the time, but I think the Arts District is nice and it's close to work. I work at Universal Studios, so you can pretty much walk from North Hollywood there. But now I got off topic. Taj was asking me like about the people, which she knows, but yeah, people are interesting out here. I do like that there's a heavy mix of people. There's a lot of Hispanic people. There's a lot of Asian people. There's a lot of Arabic people. There's a mix of everything, black, white. I do like that everybody brings their own little flair, their own little piece of culture in, but sometimes it does get kind of annoying. Not to be, I gotta be careful how to say this. Not to be like derogatory or anything, but there's a lot of people that come straight here from other countries that haven't really acclimated to it, or they're used to different things back home. They're used to different, ways of living, personal space, manners, different things like that kind of interfere, and it can kind of get annoying. But you can't blame them. If they don't know any better, if they're fresh here from another country, they bring their own thing. So that's something you definitely have to prepare for. Yes, definitely. I agree with that. He says, I look at places as small vacations. Just take mini trips to different parts of town. I totally 100% agree with that. That's what I was saying earlier about downtown. I don't go down there enough, but it's like when you do go down there, it's like going to a different town. When you go to Hermosa, it's a different feel there. When you go to West Hollywood, it's a different feel. If you go down to like Long Beach and all those different areas, it's literally like taking a vacation somewhere else. So for me, living in Sherman Oaks for almost 3 years, if we were like to pack up and move to like another part of town, it would literally be like moving to a whole different city, but still living in LA. So I really like that. That's one of the things that I do enjoy about living here. It's like if you get tired of one area, you can get a totally different experience somewhere else. And it is kind of like a vacation. We went to, I guess this doesn't really count as LA, but we went to Orange County. That was kind of like taking a vacation, and it's only an hour away. So that was fun. I definitely recommend that. And yes, like you asked before, I definitely recommend having a car. It's not really like New York where the transit system, you can literally go anywhere. Here we've got like the subway and bus and whatever, but it's not as convenient as it should be for such a big city. Oh no, it's just decoration. It's just like lights with little pictures, little Polaroids on it. Yeah, I definitely I definitely recommend having a car because everything is so spread out and it takes a long time to get anywhere in traffic. It's it's not hard. You can still take the bus, connect to different buses, connect to the subway, and get around, but it would take longer. And Uber and Lyft will pretty much take you anywhere. That definitely helps, but you're paying every single time you go somewhere. I recommend having a car, definitely. Yes, Taj says the OC area is amazing. I agree. It's so much more laid back. People are more friendly. It's very suburban beach surfer lifestyle. It's real nice, but it's kind of expensive too in a lot of parts of Orange County. San Diego I've been to San Diego only once, and it's a noticeable difference. Like, it even smells different. The air smells a little bit cleaner there. People that live in San Diego that I've talked to will tell you it's not necessarily cleaner, but I thought it was. So I need to go back down there anyway and explore some more. The air, yeah, I think the air is cleaner, but like I said, I've only been down there once, so I can't really make that judgment. I haven't been to the beach in San Diego. That's one I definitely want to hit. Definitely. You said, oh, you're from Ohio? Okay, yeah. Well, you've been here 16 years. You're probably pretty used to everything. We're still finding stuff. It hasn't been quite 3 years. We moved here in August of 2015, so about 2.5. So this is the only neighborhood that we've lived in permanently, besides our 2.5, 3 weeks that we lived in, what was it, Baldwin Village or whatever. Was it Baldwin Village? It was right next to Baldwin Hills, but it was like the rougher part. We stayed there for about 2 or 3 weeks. It's definitely a different atmosphere than up here. The topic I'm expressing, people ask me about what it's like moving to LA and living in LA. So you ready to comment? Yeah, I'm just talking about moving to LA if you're coming from somewhere far, or even if you're not, because it's definitely in its own category. For sure. I'm from North Carolina and it's a lot more laid back, but I feel like there's less opportunity, which I hated, especially if you're in the creative field, which I'm not gonna lie, I started doing film after I came here to visit, because before that I was trying to do the whole modeling thing or whatever, and I came out here with my mom and did an acting class, and I just kind of fell in love with it. Realized that I can't really act, so I got behind the camera and got into film, went and got my degree in that, and then moved out here permanently. But yes, I used to live in Charlotte as well. Anyway, if anyone has any more questions, put them on there. If you're not from here, I know you live here, you've been here for 16 years, you don't count. But definitely give me something to talk about here. I guess a big thing is being a strong person. You have to definitely, what's the word I'm looking for? You definitely have to have a lot of perseverance, because like I said, it's crowded here. Everyone's in the same kind of fields. You can't give up. You have to keep going for what you came here for. Definitely save a lot of money before you come out here. Research everything. Google, Yelp, look at neighborhoods, look at maps. What else? I said save. Have an open mind, because there's a lot of people here from different places from all over the world. It's like a big melting pot. Yes, you definitely need self-respect and integrity, because people come out here and they lose focus. All they want to do is go out to the clubs and party and get lit and be the groupie girl hanging out with the rappers and try to stalk down the celebrities and all that stuff. And I guess everyone does that when they move out here for the first month, because it's hey, it's Hollywood, but you gotta keep your self-respect. You gotta get yourself together. You gotta get settled. You have to stay focused. If you came out here to be a musician for example, make sure you're working on that and not just hanging out in the club hoping somebody sees you. Because, I mean, I'm sure some people get lucky doing that, but have some self-respect, have some integrity. Definitely stay focused. If you're coming out here for film, you definitely need to be focused on that. You need to be networking, going to events. You need to be making your own videos, your own stuff, have stuff to showcase, have an impeccable resume. Networking is probably the biggest thing out here. Like, I know at home you can like walk into a place, say a couple things, and get a job right away. Out here you have to know people, and it's really hard, especially if you're like a shy person or a reserved person, or you hate people, which sometimes can be all three of those. But I realize how important it is. I'm working on it. I like going to events anyway. There's always, I'm about to be fat right now. There's always free food at these places. There's always like drinks, and there's usually like music or something cool going on. So definitely go to as many events as you can. A lot of them you can go to for free, and just talk to everybody that you can. Ask people what they do. Just network. Just try to see how many people you can get in your circle. I know that sounds bad, but it's true. Like, the thing is, you have to be genuine, though. Don't just, follow people around and like, oh, hey, give me a job. You have to be genuine, and there's nothing wrong with making friends out here. So definitely make as many friends as you can. Help each other out. If you help people out in your field, hopefully, it should be that people will help you out in theirs. Some people don't. That's just like anywhere. People will try to take advantage of you. Just be strong and don't give up. That is my main advice as far as everything. Looking for a job. My voice is going out. Looking for a job. Looking for an apartment. Trying to get steady in your career. Trying to start your own business. Trying to expose your talents and everything. You have to be strong and don't give up. That's the biggest advice, because it's different out here. It's not gonna be easy. Don't get me started, Taj, on dating in LA. That's gonna be a totally different. Oh my God, that's gonna be a video in itself. I'm definitely saving that one for its own segment. Let's see, what did he say? Yeah, that's true. Try not to depend on too many people emotionally, because people definitely can be really, really fake out here and try to either use you, or they'll give you the impression that they're going to help you out, and they will stab you in the back or try to get your position or try to rat you out to people. Because, as sad as it is, like, some people hate to see other people win, and that's just what it is. So, yeah, you have to be strong. You have to be smart. Yes, Taj, you're definitely joining me for the Dating in LA video, because it's wild. It's so wild out here. Like, oh, my God. That goes back to the people and the personalities. People are very entitled out here. People are very obsessed with themselves out here. But there's good people. There's good people out here, too. You just have to be careful. You give it up on dating. Oh, yeah. I'm at the same point. I've given up on dating here. I'm trusting God and the universe at this point. Same. Oh, my God. I might just have to do that video next, because I've been waiting so long to get a whole lot of stuff off my chest about dating in LA. Hi, Pam. I'm not ignoring you. You didn't say anything. Pam, I think, how long have you been out here, Pam? I think Pam's been out here 5 or 6 years. I know she's been out here longer than us. She's my co-worker, and she is bomb. She's very inspirational. She's very business-minded. She reads a lot. She's super smart. That's who I'm going to Vegas with next week. We'll probably do some kind of crazy little video and put it on story. But she's a really good friend of mine. She, I think, is going to start her own channel to inspire some people. Why are you mad? I just said that you were a good friend. She's, I think, if you starting her own channel too to like inspire people the way she inspires us. And she also has a pretty poppin' eBay store. She's a reseller. It's called Ariel's Trunk. Definitely check it out. Buy some stuff. Connect with her. She's moving to Vegas, so that's what we're going out there for. We're gonna have fun, but I'm sure she can definitely give you some insight as well on moving to LA. She moved here from a lot further than I did. She's from Nigeria, so as you can imagine, you know, there's a lot of different culture and stuff there. So for her moving here is probably totally different than me moving here, but I'm just trying to cover the basics of what to expect. You can always ask me questions or get clarity on anything, and hopefully I can answer questions. Like I said, I'm still exploring myself, so there's a lot of stuff about this town that I don't know as well. But send me questions when this video is over, and I'll try to incorporate it into the next video, which it'll probably be dating in LA, because I'm just itching to do that one. I mean, I want to do driving in LA and eating and like going out and events and stuff, but I definitely want to get dating in LA out of the way because there's so much to say. Good Lord. But you guys can email me, therealkck@gmail.com. I also have a website that I'm working on, which is the same, therealkck.com. Clearly, if you're watching this video, you probably follow me. If not, please follow me. And I'm also on Facebook under the same name. So I kind of want to conclude this video because I don't want you guys to be, you know, spending a whole bunch of time watching this, because then I'm going to start rambling like I'm doing now. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's the eyeliner. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go do something with my life today because I haven't really done much but get ready for this video, and I'm hungry. And I'm probably going to meet up with some friends. Just tune into my story and I'll keep everybody updated. Really? Thank you. Yes, this highlight is Artist Couture. Mac Daddy put his thing down on that. It is, oh my god, now I'm being such a bad product sponsor right now. I don't remember the name. I have Conceited, and then I have Illuminati, the really popular one. That's this highlighter. You have a good day as well. I will hopefully see you in the next video, which I'll be doing next week on, I'll be coming back from Vegas next Thursday. If I have signal, hopefully I can do another one at 3. If not, I'll try to do it earlier or when I get back. And that'll probably be just a little check-in on how Vegas went. I might just do story and just put some stuff up from Vegas, because I really want to do dating in LA, and I don't want it to be breaking up while I'm driving through the desert. I want that to be definitely one that I get covered. So it's been real. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check out my story. I'll probably try to put some pictures up from this look. And I will see you guys next week. This video will be up on my website. I might do a little editing on it. I might not. And I'm going to put it on my YouTube as well. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.